Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt, and it is, what is it, Bloodthirsty Thursday? Holy crap, this week is just flying by. Sorry I wasn't here yesterday for a video with you guys. I just really needed a day to gather my own thoughts, and just needed a personal day for a nice mental evaluation, one of those things. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. If not, I'm so sorry. Otherwise, I do hope you're having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff. Hopefully, you're having a great time with some family, friends, loved ones, doing whatever it is that makes you happy. Please do like, share, and subscribe. That is something that makes me genuinely happy every day, seeing your guys' faces. Please do look in the description box for more information on the daily film, such as your basic plot synopsis, your starring cast, your director, the runtime of the cut I am watching, along with if there's any kind of MPAA ratings, and then of course if there's any trivia to mention, anything that's worthwhile of mentioning, I'll put something on there. Otherwise, that'll be kind of blank. Which today I don't have any like real trivia or anything that I could pull out of my ass to give you something that'll make you scratch your head and go, huh. Something like that. And then there is also a link for a trailer or a scene in the movie, which today there is a link for a trailer. It's not on YouTube as usual. It's over on Vimeo, so do keep that in mind. And it is just a short trailer. The movie isn't very long at all. It's a reasonably running time. It's one you can knock out in no time at all. It is none other than the 2020 release of Amityville Vibrator. For God's sakes, get off. Yes, folks. What a fun, grown-up movie this one is. I had a blast watching it from beginning to end. There is not one single thing that I can complain about in this movie, other than one of the girls' boobs were kind of, weren't the most appealing to look at, but that's okay. I can quickly overlook something as minute as that for something as fun as what this is. But either way, I really enjoyed this one. And like I said, this came out in 2020. This one is for grown-ups only, folks. There is no children allowed on this one. This one has definitely got some hardcore action going on in it. It is not like a full-on porno, but you do get some girl-on-girl action that gets a little hardcore. You do see wieners in here. You do see a man masturbating in here at one point. So you get to, there is a little bit of a variety for everybody in the grown-up communities to see what makes you what you like most. And this one stars Corella Wiring playing a girl named Cathy. Cathy's an interesting character. She basically is a girl who moves into this she lives in this old house. She basically, she kicks her boyfriend out at the very beginning of the movie, who is played by Nathan Rummler himself, the man, the myth, the legend, the director, the writer, the editor, the camera guy. The guy did it all when it came to this one. The guy was great in here. But she breaks up with him at the very beginning of the movie, blah, blah. She calls up her good friend Roxy, who's played by none other than Mallory Maneater, who is of pornography fame. I have never seen any of her movies, but I did a quick little look through the through her stats, and oh my goodness, she is a naughty girl, I must say. A naughty girl with some questionable tattoos. One particularly on the hand really stuck out to me. I'm not going to point it out and say what it is, but it was very questionable. She's got a really big Slayer tattoo on her neck that I do remember as well, and another big one on her, like she's covered in tats. She's got them on her face, her head, all over her torso, her hands, her arms, all over the place. She's definitely an inked up girl. But anyway, she calls her friend Roxy, who comes over, and they both right away there's this funny little thing where they're like, oh, we're cold. you know what we could do to warm up, and then it cuts to them like sitting in front of a space heater, which made me just die laughing. I lost it when I saw that part. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. And then quickly, one of them says, I think I can't remember if it's Cathy or Roxy that says it, but one of them says, "Oh, are we going to have sex now?" And so they proceed to have some really hardcore sex, lesbian action, which is eventually involves them going after they're done. It involves them going to go buy some new sex toys, and they come across this old garage sale where this goofy looking dude, bald headed guy, is selling all kinds of housewares. Nothing really that looked like I would want to buy it. It was a bunch of junk. That's usually what garage sales are. They're usually crap, but sometimes you can find some goodies there. But either way, they go there, and the guy happens to overhear them talking about taking Cathy to go get a new sex toy, and so the guy decides, oh hey, by the way, I got this old sex toy that belonged to my grandmother. It's been passed down from lineage to lineage, and I would like for you to have it. Very, very sick, gross setup. I really like it. Very skeezy. Um, uh, it is something that I would be surprised if anybody ever in their right mind, a normal person, would do. I don't think a normal person would want to use somebody else's dildo, vibrator, dildo, sex toy, whatever you wish to call it. I don't think anybody would want to use somebody else's. I think that's gross. That's like wearing somebody else's underwear. I'm just not hip to that. You know, somebody else's lingerie. You know, it's just like, somebody else got frisky in that shit or farted in it or whatnot, you know. Either way, um, now back to the story. So they take the dildo back to the house. They decide to have sex with it, which in turn there is a crucifix that falls down and becomes an inverted crucifix, which, you know, the upside down crucifix for the whole satanic vibe. It turns into a giant crucifix dildo, which they end up using on old Roxy, and she wants it up her back door. She wants to take a trip down the dirt road, which naughty girl there, Roxy. I like you for it. And then who else do we got in here? We got Ashley Short and Nathan Rummler. They both play these paranormal investigator types. Their investigation isn't the best. Their investigation skills, they kind of just, most of the time they just sit around and talk about whatever, such as like they talk about there's this whole thing about how Nathan talks about potheads and how, or hippies, as he says, hippies, and how they push off their pothead culture onto other people. I agree with him. I agree. Marijuana is definitely not for everyone. Everybody's chemical makeup is differently, so I totally get that. I know it was kind of silly and meant to be jokey, but you're not really far off of something there. I personally, I don't have any problems with it. I think it is God's miracle herb, but that is just me. I think it helps a lot of people with a lot of things. Either way, but they talk about how they've been at it for 10 years and they're having a hard time finding this vibrator. They found everything else from the house, and they show a couple other little things that they got from there. All the while now Nathan has got this really like strange face and acting mannerism where he deeply is thinking about things It looks like it is absolutely great. I love it, and he's always got on a good shirt, like the first one said. I eat ass. The another one, I forget what the second one said, but the third one I remember very, very well because it is a from a gas station chain here in Iowa called Come and Go. I don't know if they reach outside of Iowa. I can't remember or not. I just know them from around here in the Midwest, or at least Iowa. Um, Either way, he had that shirt on, and it stuck in my brain forever because I know I've been in Come and Goes. I think they're an interesting little gas station, convenience store type place. I prefer Casey's or right now the Hy-Vee gas stations here in Iowa are where it's at. Anyways, but Ashley Short and Nathan Rummler, there's another magical scene where they go off and do some shrooms, and they're going across their talking about their investigating abilities and things like that. And at one point, they get towards the end of it, and they're getting ready to drive, and Ashley Short turns and looks at Nathan and goes, "Are you okay to drive?" And he just responds with, "Well, I don't know. We'll find out." That's funny because not to say that doing drugs or drinking and driving or anything of that nature is good, but I have totally um, said that before. Back when I used to have a really bad drinking problem back when I was younger, and I'm now, gosh, what, 7 years sober? Holy crap! It's hard to believe that I'm 7 years sober already. But either ways, that's not why you guys tuned in. But I know that I had said things very similar, had done things very similar with not just alcohol, but with other drugs as well. Definitely on the hallucination side, things of that nature. But either way, um, they eventually they make their way to the house where Cathy and Roxy are having their little sex orgy with each other. Roxy is eventually killed off by this puppet who has a giant dong who has sex with I can't remember. She has sex with Cathy, I believe, if memory serves me correct. I watched this the other day. I should have rewatched it this morning, but I didn't have enough time. And this is one that I have to make sure there's nobody around the house to watch because this one is not one I want to watch with anybody else in the house because it is so grown up and it's got a lot of satanic stuff, which doesn't bother me. I know some people that I watch that I have coming around the house that sometimes see some of my movies. They usually get a little uneasy with that stuff. I find it absolutely hilarious when they do, because it's like, come on, guys, it's just imagery. It's not like you're opening yourself up for something. It's just a movie. For God's sakes, get off. But they make Nathan and Ashley. They make their way to the house. Um, they discover Roxy is now like a Walking Dead. She's kind of like a zombie. They have to fight her, and then they fight the little dummy. The dummy happens to cut off Nathan's hand, and it happens to cut his face off, which is by far the coolest effect of the whole movie, in my opinion. That effect is just absolutely stunning. The special effects were done by both James and May Bell, that amazing power duo for film. I can't wait to start checking out some of his actual films. I got some on the way. We'll see what goodies he sent me to review. Either way, the guy is absolutely does very stunning work when it comes to special effects. So do keep that in mind. Some of the special effects are a little hokey and cheesy, but that's what it's meant to be. It's supposed to be a little hokey and cheesy in places. So or throughout the whole movie, it's supposed to be hokey. If you can't handle hokey, this is not your movie. All right. So that's everything I want to give for as far as the storyline goes, because it is a short movie. It's only running at 63 minutes, so I don't want to give away too much more. I give you just enough taste for you to go in and check it out on your own there on that aspect. Now, as far as any kind of ratings go, on a technical side, on a 1 through 5 scale, I'm going to give this probably, a technical side, it's probably a 2, 2 out of 5. It's not meant to be a Stanley Kubrick film or anything like that. This is what it is, and it is a masterpiece. Nathan, you made a fucking masterpiece, and I love it. Um, so, I wouldn't worry too much about a technical side of this one, because the acting is fun, the scenery is fun, the story develops very, very, very smoothly. It doesn't feel like it's forced or anything like that. It's very, very coherent. It never made me want to scratch my head and go, well, why would they do something like that? It never took me to that degree, which is very nice. I appreciate I appreciate that, because sometimes filmmakers tend to wander off in different directions, and it has nothing to do with the film in general, and or whatever agenda they are pushing. And I love that there's no agenda being pushed here. Thank God. Now, as far as an entertainment side goes, though, this thing is a 5 out of 5. This thing is entertaining as can be, out right out of the gate, from the beginning to the end, from minute number 1 to minute number 63. And you watch through the credits, and you get some, at the very end, you get some really cool still shots, some pics from behind the scenes, stuff that I was happy to see there. I I always make sure to check at the end of the credits anymore, because you never know. Movies like to put something on the very end there for you to either tease you for a sequel, or just to give you a little extra, like, little taste. And they're perfect little tastes. So, like, I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. This is a solid movie. So, you add together that technical score of 2 with that entertainment score of 5, and you got a 7 out of 10, folks. I firmly will stick by that number. I hope some of you go out and check it out. It is not for everyone else. Right now, I think the story and the storefront for this is no longer available. Give it a little while, and you can contact Nathan Rummler himself. That's Rummler. I do highly recommend getting a hold of him and getting a copy of this. I think I paid $10 plus shipping. It's extremely reasonably priced. It is a DVD-R, just to let you guys know. I think that's what it was. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, DVD-R. Boop, boop. But either way, that's what you got on there. There is no special features as well. So if you're getting into this for a special feature, you're shit out of luck. Sorry, guys. All right, love your faces. I'll see you tomorrow with a what do I got? A Cronenberg coming in tomorrow. One that I haven't seen, but I've been really excited to see ever since it was announced, and ever since I got it from a good dear friend of mine. But either way, tune in tomorrow for a classic horror, the one that'll be new for me. So hopefully I do a good job reviewing it tomorrow. All right, guys, love your faces as always, and come on, stop. There we go.